Gur Magat, Las Cairn Corla, and I'd like to thank the opportunity to speak on this PMB and thank the Minister for his speech. They are somehow affordable and housing are two words that don't seem to go together very much in this state, and I don't think they will while we have a government ideology that leaves housing, one of our most basic needs as human beings, at the mercy of the markets. And what a mercy the market is. According to the Irish Times yesterday, house prices in Dublin are surging by €1,500 a week since March. €1,500 a week since March. Even, the Bank of Mammy and Daddy, so beloved by your colleagues, Minister, would have to be a mega bank to afford to keep up with those prices. And for those who don't have banks of Mammy and Daddy, can't be, the news is especially worrying, as it is for the people who can't manage any savings, barely hanging on after a year and a half of the COVID-19 pandemic. When you live week to week or month to month and your salary goes straight out the door on rent or mortgage, on food and the basics of living, maybe a takeaway on a Friday night, there's not a whole lot left for trips, socialising, shopping or entertainment. These people are by the pin of their collar, and they are also the pillars of our state, running to stand still, just about keeping going. And it is for those hard-working people we need the 900 homes in affordable homes in Poolbeg, and this is what necessitated this PMB. When it comes to their housing need, they are ignored by Fine Gael, under whose tenure house prices went up 88% nationally and by 95% in Dublin. All according to Michael Noonan's plan, just what he had intended. This is a government who wants to shoo our young people, our best and brightest, into co-living, the new tenements, bargain basement living standards at top dollar prices. Our hard-working adult children shrinking their own housing dreams to fit the profit need and greed of the favoured few. This is a government who is giving us tent cities, cheek by jowl with penthouse living. A government who believes in making housing a privilege. A government that didn't provide a single affordable home to buy or to rent thus far. In 2011, average rents across the state were €781 a month. In 2021, I have a woman in North Kildare who's paying €780 a month for a single room in a house. The bank haven't taken away her home that she had paid a small fortune on a mortgage throughout the years. I have a stream of young couples, mortgage approved, who can't buy a home because they are outbid at every turn. And then the cuckoos come and throw them out of their potential nest. Other couples in good jobs who can't even get mortgage approval. All this ruinous expense, ruinous experience straight on the backs of our workers. And it is cheap and it is vulgar. It degrades us as a society and it diminishes us as a people. When people see their most basic need, the need for a home, left to the tyranny of the market, it says to them that you don't matter, you are less than. Your needs do not matter in the important business of the state. And if, for any state, housing its people either to rent or to buy is not important business, I ask you what is. In North Kildare, I have so many people hanging on by a thread over housing. People of all ages, babies to the elderly, all of them in crisis. And be in no doubt there is a crisis, and I'm glad that you said that, Minister. For them and for the state, it is a humanitarian crisis of your making, and which we have to solve. In your unguarded, unmanaged moments, your government talk about public housing as free housing, when it is no such thing. This demeaning and totally incorrect talk shows you haven't a clue about what you're talking about in public housing. You don't even know how it works. In public housing, everybody pays their rent according to their means. But that you persist, and that your colleagues persist in the myth of free housing shows your dislike and distrust of people who can't afford to buy a home of their own. And none of us knows how our own lives will turn out.
Ever.
I said
and she should withdraw them, because they're just wrong.
Minister,
and you know you're not going to be led away with your propaganda this evening.
Minister, if you want to check out your colleagues in government, maybe you should. That's what they call it. They call it free housing.
Minister.
And none of them know how our lives. It doesn't, and interrupt me there being so glib and so dismissive. The only people getting free housing in this country are the cuckoos and the vultures and the developers with their own cash cow leases. And I suggest you go and educate yourself, Minister, about who you're in bed with. You seem to be unable to grasp either of it. Put social and affordable, really affordable housing back at the Poolbeg site. €450,000 is not affordable. Don't pretend that Sinn Féin has caused this housing crisis. Don't bottle it.